Every new Transmog set and item coming in patch 12.0.5. Yeah, we know we've talked about the events, we've talked about all the shit that's happening, the changes, the patch notes, the class changes. But what really matters in a patch, guys? It's the items, the Transmog, the mounts, and everything else. So let's get into this one real quick. All the items coming in 12.0.5. This thing goes live on April 21st. That's right, let's get into this one.
Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and patch 12.05 is right around the corner. And while it does seem like this is going to be a mid-expansion bridge update, but it's also a patch that's bringing some significant updates to the Transmog system. Beyond just some of the new features like being able to equip your Transmog weapons on your back, sides, or really customize them anywhere in your character, we also got a ton of new gear sets and cosmetic pieces arriving for players to add to their wardrobes. Whether you are a collector or just looking to freshen up your look for your main, the patch 12.05 got you covered. And in this video, I'll be going over exactly all of the new Transmog items that will be arriving with 12.05, as well as where you can acquire all of the content from the invasions, the side activities, but also the monthly rewards as well. As always, if you guys want to see more regular guides or updates regarding Midnight, especially for the future updates like 12.05, be sure to follow the channel and subscribe. But otherwise, let's dive right in.
Let's do it. Long pause.
One of the cooler Transmogs coming out for this brand new update is actually going to be an addition of more class sets. Specifically, the anniversary sets that are getting a new recolor. These sets were added during one of the anniversary events, and they've actually been making recolors of these, and they're doing it again for this patch specifically. Which means that every class is going to get a unique set. There's going to be a different recolor with the Void Assaults. So with the being Void themed, you're basically getting a purple variation for every single class out there, and the Demon Hunter one in particular with Devour being a spec, I think looks really, really good. We also got the Death Knight, which has a little bit more of a
man's zooming in a little bit there.
Lighter metal pieces, but again, more of this voidy color scheme to it. And they basically got a purple void recolor for every single class out there, especially the Paladin one, which is actually something that is a set.
This is nostalgic. The Paladin one, you guys remember if you were playing during Burning Crusade, the Purple Judgment set was like controversial at the time a little bit. People got in and they were like, wait a minute, you're taking the freaking most legendary tier set in the game and giving us a purple version that you can get from like dungeons and shit? What the hell? This was a big deal, and I just remember purple paladins everywhere in Burning Crusade. Like every single paladin in the game had to get that set.
That's available within like a TBC recolor.
Well, now
they
it's
just
back.
Basically made this variation available for players to utilize here, which looks absolutely, I mean, it looks fantastic. And there's actually a couple other classes that basically got that TBC purple-ish variation as well. Now, initially, it was looking like the only players that were happy about how you acquire these sets were going to be players that loved loot boxes and RNG grinds, like really, really long grinds, because initially all of these sets were actually kind of difficult to obtain, especially when it comes to getting all of them. You basically would get them through loot boxes from the equipment salvager. However, last minute change, Blizzard heard players' feedback and they've actually changed it. You still do have to buy these boxes, and the set items are RNG.
Still the fucking loot boxes. I don't know why Blizzard's gonna stick to this. I know why. It's to make the content fucking last longer, right? We're all gonna be getting fucking helms and shit that we don't want for random classes we don't play. But we're going to have to just deal with it, I guess. At least they fixed the currency issue, which is, I think, what he's going to say here.
But the cost has been drastically reduced. These used to be like 100 of the field accolades per box, or maybe 150 for weapons. But now they cost you just a little bit of field accolades, and then some Warlord Moral, which is a good chance if you've been playing the game, you have in a pretty big supply of. So getting these sets, you're still going to have to roll RNG boxes, however. So like, for example, legwear, you can't just select like, I want the Rogue pants, or maybe the Demon Hunter pants, or the Death Knight pants in order to make your set. You essentially would just need to buy basically a bunch of legwear until you get the item you want, or just buy like 13 of them, if not 14, in order to get all the class sets. Apparently for druids though, and for paladins, there's 2 sets for legs or 2 sets for chest. One of those classes has the chest, the other has legs, mostly for that.
One thing that they did build in is supposedly there's like bad luck protection built in, I guess, where you will not get the same item twice. So if you got the fucking paladin skirt, you're not going to get another paladin skirt. But still, I mean, you're going to have to like literally go through them all to eventually get every, and this is for every slot item. You're just going to have to eventually get lucky and get the one you want.
The pants skirt model adjustment, but yeah, it is going to be a little bit of grind, but not as much as it was initially going to be. And these sets do look really, really good. They're also
they're transmog pieces, so yeah, they're warbound. It's just transmog. It's not like legit armor. So yeah, all transmog is warbound. It's just going to be available to your entire account. So yeah, it will apply to all of your freaking alts. But what about me? I don't fucking play alts. I got my Death Knight. Why the hell do I want Druid tier sets? Even worse, Drakthir tier set. Oh my god, why? Feels pointless.
Come with a unique set of weapons, which you can actually see some of those weapons wielded by these characters. Essentially, these are like TBC, or even, I think it's mostly TBC, but even some Cataclysm looking pieces that you could also get from the weapon boxes themselves. So yeah, these sets do look amazing. The changes that Blizzard has done in order to make them a little bit easier to farm up is a really good change overall. And that purple look for that midnight appeal in particular for many of these actually does look amazing. Though some classes do have it a little bit more of a pinkish variety, like the TBC version of the Void Assault for the mage in particular. But a lot of these do look really good. And some are actually different recolors that I don't think classes have had in the past before. Some are similar to what we've had in the past, but others are entirely unique. But all of them are very high fidelity models. Outside of this, we also have transmog from side content such as Decor Duels, and there's a bunch of new weapons on here. Decor Duels is primarily there to get you a mount that you can grind for. Then there's also a bunch of decor, whether it being, decor and housing specific type of a minigame. But there are a bunch of weapons for you to obtain. Some are really good looking, like this Arcane Ranger Spellbow, which looks like it's part of the Silver Covenant. We got a bunch of weapons, variations of the Spellbreaker Staff, so that blade staff combo. Yeah. There's so many variations of it.
Like Silver Moon Guard.
There's the Warglaive version. There's the pole.
You could literally make yourself look like a Silver Moon Guard. I said that yesterday, but it's probably the best thing coming out of this event.
Polearm version, there's a sword version, there's also another sword version that looks like the glaive, but then there's also another one-handed sword version. So there's like a
wait, is that a sword that looks like a glaive, or is it actually a glaive?
Like a normal sword, like just a one single blade, and as well as a dual blade. Outside of that, they also do have other weapons.
That's cool if that's a freaking sword, because then you can actually run around looking like you got a warglaive on. What is it? It's right here. Cosmetic one-handed, it's a warglaive. What the fuck's he talking about? He got me all excited for nothing.
Polearm version, there's a sword version, there's also another sword version that looks like the glaive.
Oh, wait, the sword that looks like the glaive, it is. I know I'm hyper focused on this for no reason, but this is kind of cool. A sword that looks like a glaive is a pretty big deal. Yeah, it is. Shit, amazing.
Another one-handed sword version, so there's like a
that's actually
one-handed sword, like a normal sword, like, just a
two swords put together make a glaive.
Blade. Outside of that, they also do have other weapons such as this channeler, which is essentially, it looks like a lamppost of a mace. There's a two-handed version, as well as the two-handed staff variation, as well as the shield that the guards in Silvermoon carry. So if you really want to go for the full guard attire for Spellbreaker's attire, you will now be able to finally complete that set. Though outside of this, there's going to be other toys and mounts, but for the cosmetic side of transmogs, this is essentially what this has. Another piece of side content that'll be coming out with 12.05 will be Abyss Anglers, which basically is kind of like a spearfishing minigame. They completely made this out of nowhere, it seems. Yeah, and there's a bunch of different rewards that you can collect. There's a currency you can obtain, though I think at the very beginning, a lot of players that will be invested into this content will primarily use the currency to get themselves a bunch of upgrades for their scuba suit, because you can only last in the water for so long and swim so fast. But if you upgrade your scuba suit, you'll be able to get a bunch of different upgrades for it. Though if you are not interested in getting all the scuba upgrades but just want the cosmetic rewards, there is a handful of them, a lot of decor, but also some transmog items here specifically, like Fangling Flailer. So if you've never gotten the flappy fish weapon before, you could potentially get it this time around. This fish does flap around all over the place, so if you've never did this in Battle for Azeroth or never gotten it from a trading post, which I believe at least one versions of these fish came up from a trading post, this would be another opportunity. It will cost you a pretty penny though with Angler's Pearls, but it is going to be yet another transmog for you to add to your collection. There's also another tabard from the Zulaman, which is the vestments together with the shoulders. There's also the cloak that comes with it, so if you want that recolor specifically, you can get that as well. On top of it, we have the Abyss Angler Ensemble set, which is going to be the green variation. They've had these in trading posts as well as other fishing type of events before, but this is going to be another opportunity to add yet another full set to your collections. Outside of that, we also will have some Transmog sets that will be exclusively available from the trading post. So this looks like it's potentially going to be part of the May or maybe June, July trading post, as it's going to be part of the 12.05 update specifically. But there are two specific types of sets that you will be able to pick up. One of it being some of the best items we've had with the theme of the Tauren, which is going to be an Ensemble of the Sunbringers painted battle garb. These are going to come in a variety of different recolors.
These things look amazing, man. Any Tauren Paladin who doesn't get this, you're just not a real player. You gotta go get these. All these sun-bladed, sun armor. This is like legit, finely Tauren Paladin lore made manifest in fucking armor. These are so badass. I wish he was showing it on an actual Tauren and not a Blood Elf. Probably the worst race to put this on right now. But these things are glorious. You see this on a Tauren, it's massive as shit.
There's going to be a bunch of pieces with it, but this set specifically fits one of the best on Tauren. The helm literally designed for that snout specifically. You got everything made out of wood with these totem shoulders. It's going to be essentially a Sunwalker Paladin set, just with the whole Tauren look to it. There's even weapons that go together with the set and a big totem to go in your back, as well as a mount that you'll be able to obtain also from the trading post. So this will be definitely something worth adding to your collection. A couple of variations of the shoulders. You can go for like the wings as well as the eagles. You could go for a different type of belt, like no belt.
Go with one wing, one eagle. The weapons are really cool too. I'm not sure if he's going to show them. They're like wooden fucking light-bound weapons. Amazing.
Or like a dangly type of belt. There's the legs with the armor, as well as without the armor. So there's actually a couple of small little variations of the set that you'll be able to go for. There's the shirt version as well as the chest piece version, so you can wear something over the set as well if you want to. So there's going to be a lot of little variations for you to fully customize how this armor looks. And like I mentioned, there's like 3 if not 4 different recolors of this that you'll be able to obtain. I don't know if this will be available like immediately on trading post as soon as it goes live or like over the next few weeks, but this is apparently going to be coming out for the patch 12.05. Another set that's going to be made available from the trading post is actually going to be Gilnean Loyalist Garb. There's a couple of variations of it. There's the green version, there's the brown version, which is what you're seeing on screen. There's the purple version with a purple jacket and a purple hat. But then there's also a black jacket, golden trim with a red hat and red pants. That one looks probably one of the best, especially with some of the rogue pieces that you can get. There's also a few variations of the pants, like the you can go for like the trench coat or none of that whatsoever if you're just trying to go for the pants specifically. So there's not as much customizability, but then there's also a bunch of different hats. Like you have the Loyalist bowler hat, but then there's also proper.
All right, you guys have fucking chat. I'm just trying to look at the damn Transmog. You guys are making me fucking laugh with all these damn pre-watched allegations. And then Cyclone's like, did Bellular send you a cease and desist order? I haven't seen you. No, I just haven't liked any of the shit he recently posted. How do I know I didn't like it? Just from the title, because I did not pre-watch them, okay? They just don't look interesting to me. Jesus Christ.
Top hat, there's a hat that's skewed to the side.
Fucking unbelievable.
Decoration on top of it too. So there's going to be a couple of different these Gilnean pieces for you to pick up from trading post as well. But this is going to give you a couple of more of these almost low fantasy, fancy suit jacket, pop color type of a set, which could potentially go with some of the other pieces, especially if you have like a rogue or something, right? Going for a more like a duster type of a set, something that looks like a nice Borales type of mid-alley city look to it. But you could also go for like the full proper Gilnean set as well. Definitely going to be one of those items to look out for whenever they do arrive through the trading post. But with that being said, as always, I do want to thank all of you guys so much for watching and hope you guys did enjoy this update. If you did enjoy this video or found it informative, go ahead and give this video a like, as I would very much appreciate it. Also, be sure to join our Discord community. Link to that is in the description of every single videos we post on the channel. Let me know your thoughts about all of these transmogs in the comment section down below. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in our next one.
Yeah, not bad. There's some all right stuff in here. I think the Tauren Paladin shit's probably the coolest of them all. The Tauren Paladin stuff's freaking great. And obviously the tier sets, they're just going to be a little bit grindy. I don't know why Blizzard decided to go with loot boxes, but that's what they're fucking going with, so we're going to have to deal with that. Otherwise, you know, it's the second time I've watched this video today, so it's you know, I can't be too excited. Good video, though, from Dalaran Gaming.